right now what I want to do is just do a mid-year reading. So I will draw 3 cards which will depict what has happened the last 6 months, 3 cards for the present, and 3 cards for what we can look forward to in the next 6 months. Okay, so I have shuffled and I am going to cut the cards. All right. So sorry about the noise. I have to have the window open. It's just so stuffy in here. Yeah, ready to go. Here we go. 3 cards for the past. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Ace of Coins. We have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so that is for the past 6 months. For the present energy, let me bring that down a little bit. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the 8 of Wands. And we have the Hermit. Interesting contradiction of energies going on right now. Okay, so we have in the future, we have the 9 of Swords. We have the 8 of Cups, sorry, 8 of Coins. And in the final outcome, the Devil. Okay, so this is interesting. Let's take a closer look at these 3 cards at a time. It seems like there are some challenges here between what's going on the inside and what you're showing to the world on the outside. There seems to be a lot of worry. There seems to be some concern with the way things are going. But in the past, we had a start, maybe a new beginning of some sort, a new project that came in. Goodness, let me just fix this a bit here. There we go. Okay, Libra. A new project that came in which was a little bit overwhelming, and it seems like you may be thinking of taking a break from this project. It may not have panned out exactly as you would have hoped. You're finding it very stressful, but you were very happy to have that project, but right now you're ready for a break. So you have been looking forward to a break, haven't you? Right. The current energies here are stop, go, stop. Stop, go, stop, okay? So we have this deliberate building of financial or career, what is the word I'm looking for? Financial career establishment, so that you are finding your footing and you are building something from the bottom up, and you want to become masterful at what you are taking on. And then we have this really, really rushed energy. So you want to take your time and you want to give this project the time it deserves, but there's so much rushing going on. There's so much going on so fast that you feel like you're being pushed. And maybe even in your personal life, there's so much happening that you can't give whatever this project is that is foremost on your mind. And it could be a person. It could be a person that you want in your life that is not getting enough of your time. And you feel like there's just not enough time in the day to deal with this pursuit. Okay, so this is a pursuit of perfection, of stability. You want this stability, but it's not happening right now because there's just so much going on. It is really, really crazy how fast things are going, and you feel like you're sacrificing quality for quantity in some regards. There is also some reflection here with the Hermit card. You're not as sociable in these few days here, in this middle of the year here. You are kind of reserved and keeping to yourself and keeping your feelings close to your chest because the Hermit is seeking something. maybe you're not feeling 100% fulfilled in your relationship or in your situation. This situation is leaving you unfulfilled and looking for something more, looking for the nugget of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? Like, how are you working so hard for? What is to come of this? And you're asking yourself these questions. You're being pulled in so many different directions. You may kind of be feeling like, is this all worth it? Is there something better out there for me? I'm not sure this is the right direction for me. Look at how hard I have to work, and what do I have to show for it? These cups that are on the side and spilling out my energy for what? 3 on the side and 2 upright? It doesn't seem fair. You know what I mean? Because the 3 on the side are spilling energy. The 2 upright are the only ones that are holding on to energy. So there's more energy going out than coming in. So at this point, you're taking a break. You're going within. You're seeking to find what it is that end game is. Like, what do you really want out of all this? This is going on, and it feels like sometimes you're just along for the ride and not actually participating in the direction that all this is going. Now, there is some, in the second half of the year, there is some temptation to there's no I'm just seeing temptation, but for what, it's not sure, because you are in your mind a lot about your work. You're thinking that this should be what is expected of you, and yet you're seeking something more fulfilling. It's not as fulfilling as you thought it would, and you're tempted to take a different direction because it seems like the choice that you have made recently are not fulfilling you as much as you thought it would. You thought it would be more I don't have a word for what you thought it could be, but you thought it would be more. You thought it would give you more than it demands. But it seems like the overall theme of whatever this is, be it a relationship, a project, a career move, a job, it seems to be taking more from you than it is giving you in return. And at the end of the year, some sort of temptation seems to come into your life. Yeah, we definitely have to bring another card into this. Temptation to challenge. A temptation. Oh. Now with the, I can't believe I pulled 3 cards, 3 whole new cards here. We have the 7 of Wands, which is more challenge. And then we have the Hierophant, which is authority. So a challenge from authority, and a Page of Cups is a beginning in a financial direction. So what this seems to say to me, that you are tempted, you may be tempted at the end of the year to look for a different direction, look for another opportunity outside this authority here, this what seems like an institution here. So you're tempted to start fresh somehow, and maybe even take a step back. You're tempted to just say, no, this is not what I signed up for. I'm thinking that it is going to be kind of a surprise to the people around you that you are taking this, it seems like a sudden left turn at some point. Is it a bad thing? Well, temptation isn't always a bad thing. But the thing about temptation is, if we don't just know what to do and go ahead and do it, then we have reservations, right? And that's what temptation is. It's like, well, we shouldn't, but we want to, but we shouldn't, but we want to. And this could also be involvement for some people with maybe someone of an earth sign who may be already involved. So this could be something to do with someone who is secretly involved with someone who is already in a relationship. Doesn't seem to be for too many people, but definitely some Libras out there have some sort of secret about someone who may already be in a relationship. Now, I don't see any cup cards, so this may not be something that you would act upon, although with the temptation card at the end of the year, it may be something that you're considering expressing your feelings. This is only for a few Librans out there, but for the most part, you feel like, I want to summarize by saying that it seems like you hit a dead end somewhere, and you're wondering if you are on the right path. At the end of the year, there is the temptation to choose a different path, but since it is a temptation and not a clear direction, this path might not be what you expect it to be. It may be best to just leave things be and not take this step. Just keep going along this path until something better. Try to see what happens in 2020, because it seems to me that if you do take this temptation, whether it is getting involved with someone who's already involved or taking another job just to get out of the job that you are in, or just making a snap decision of some sort, which this is a snap decision that leads to entanglement and being in a place of weakness, where somebody can overpower you. See how these people are chained to the devil? Yeah, you don't want to be in that place. So watch out for snap decisions. Stay out of situations where someone is already involved, and enjoy the ride, because things are moving fast and there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to have to just deal with all this overwhelm and take one day at a time. The Seven of Coins here, we didn't really dwell on this very much. The Seven of Coins is taking a bit of a break. So it seems like here in close to the second half of the year, there is a point where you can take a bit of respite from your hard work, all this stuff coming at you at the beginning of the year. Maybe during this time you will come up with an idea about what you might want to pursue, but think twice. Think twice on that impulse, on that temptation to make jarring, sudden snap decisions, because it could set you back. It could set you back, and it could cause you a lot of conflict. So, challenging year for you, Libra. Just take it one day at a time, and watch out for temptations to make snap decisions thinking that it's either the easy way out or you have no choice but to do it. Just keep plowing along and enjoy this break in the second half of the year. Okay? Well, thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.